They say heroes wear capes. Mine. He wore a torn purple t-shirt and dusty black shorts. And he was only 10. It started in a house that looked like paradise from the outside. Big white walls, 2 polished cars parked like trophies, and flowers that bloomed for no one in particular. But inside that house, it was a different world. A cold one. I remember seeing my brother Noah on his knees scrubbing an invisible stain on the marble floor while I dragged a mop twice my size trying to help. Our stepmother, Miss Doreen, sat sprawled across the leather couch like she owned the air, her fingers dancing across her phone, her eyes barely glancing up. Faster, she snapped without even blinking. I tried. I really did. But the mop slipped, hit the side table with a loud clack. Her head whipped up. "Useless little girl," she barked. "You think this house cleans itself?" I froze, tears pressing behind my eyes, but I didn't let them fall. I had learned quick crying only made it worse. That's when Noah grabbed the mop from my hands. "I'll do it, ma'am," he said, soft like a breeze. "Please don't be mad. She's just little." Little, she scoffed, eyes already back on her screen. If she's old enough to eat, she's old enough to work. That was our life. Scrub floors, get insulted, sleep in a corner room with peeling walls and a mattress that barely qualified as foam. But that night, something changed. I got sick. It started as a stomachache, but by midnight I was burning up. Noah woke to my whimpers. He touched my forehead and flinched. "You're on fire," he whispered. He ran to her, our stepmother. She didn't even look up when he begged. "She's burning, ma'am. Please." "The hospital." "Let her sleep," she mumbled. "She'll be fine in the morning." "No, please, I'll go myself. Just give me something. Anything." She waved him away like a fly. "Get out before I beat both of you." Noah came back crushed but not broken. He held me close, whispered, "I'll fix this." But how? He was 10. 10. And already out of options. The next morning he tried. Ran barefoot through the city, begging at pharmacies, offering to pay later. They all said no. No money, no medicine. So he started working. Carrying baskets for women in the market, sweeping yards, polishing shoes. Scraped up a few coins, not even enough for a loaf of bread. And medicine, far out of reach. That night I remember his hand in mine. It was trembling. "I didn't get it yet, Mia," he said. "But I will. I promise." I smiled, weak. "You always promise." And he always tried to keep them. By the next morning he had a plan. He made a sign out of a broken cardboard box and chalk. "Please help. My little sister is sick." Then he sat on the corner of 8th and Madison pretending to be blind. He told me it was just pretend, that sometimes the world only sees you if you close your eyes. So I hid nearby behind a fruit stall, watching my big brother sit still, one hand out, one hand over his eyes. People dropped coins. Some smiled. Some didn't see him at all. Still not enough. Hours passed. Then he saw him. A tall man in a white suit, sunglasses, and shiny shoes, walking toward a sleek black car. In his hand was a heavy leather briefcase. Noah's eyes darted to me, then back to the man. "This is it," he whispered. Before I could stop him, he ran, grabbed the briefcase. The man yelled, "Thief!" But Noah was gone, darting through the crowd like smoke. Vendors shouted. People gasped, but he didn't stop. That boy ran like the world was on fire, because for him, it was. He finally ducked into a narrow alley, chest heaving. When he opened the briefcase, his breath caught. Stacks of money. Neatly wrapped, crisp reel, credit cards, passports, documents, more than enough. He looked at me with tear-filled eyes. "We'll get your medicine," he whispered. "We'll be okay now." And for a while we were. At the hospital, the nurses smiled when they saw the cash. "We'll take care of her," one said. "You did good, son." Noah sat beside me all day, held my hand, watched over me like a tiny guardian angel with dust on his face and fire in his heart. But fate wasn't done. When we returned home, Miss Doreen was waiting. She saw the briefcase, saw the money, and froze. "Where did you get this?" she hissed. "Are you a thief?" Noah didn't flinch. I had no choice. She opened the case, gasped, like she'd seen God himself, then turned and screamed out the front door. "Thief! He stole somebody, call the cops." And they came. Alongside them came the man, the billionaire, Mr. Gregory Hale, the man Noah had stolen from. He looked at my brother like he wasn't even human. "That briefcase is worth more than your lives," he spat. The neighbors gathered. Miss Doreen pointed at Noah like she'd been waiting her whole life to do it. "I told you he was trouble," she shrieked. "Arrest him." "And they did," Noah screamed. "Please, my sister, she's still in the hospital. I did it for her." But they didn't care. They cuffed him, dragged him through the dirt, while the neighbors whispered and judged, some shaking their heads, others just watching. At the station, Noah begged, "Ask him. I didn't keep a single dollar. It all went to save her." One officer's eyes softened. The other just said coldly, "The law doesn't care why you stole. You stole." That night he cried in the corner of a cold cell, whispering my name like a prayer. "I'll come back for you, Mia. I swear. I will." But I waited, and he never came. I asked the nurses. They looked away, said maybe he was delayed. But I knew better. My brother doesn't break promises. So now, I ask you, was he wrong? Was it theft or survival? Is a child who risks it all for his sister a criminal or a hero? You tell me. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Right or wrong? Hero or thief? Let the world decide. And if you've ever seen someone like Noah, someone with nothing who still gives everything, share their story. The world needs to remember them, because sometimes the smallest hands carry the biggest hearts. They say heroes wear capes. Mine, he wore a torn purple t-shirt and dusty black shorts, and he was only 10. It started in a house that looked like paradise from the outside. Big white walls, 2 polished cars parked like trophies, and flowers that bloomed for no one in particular. But inside that house, it was a different world, a cold one. I remember seeing my brother Noah on his knees, scrubbing an invisible stain on the marble floor while I dragged a mop twice my size trying to help. Our stepmother, Miss Doreen, sat sprawled across the leather couch like she owned the air, her fingers dancing across her phone, her eyes barely glancing up. Faster, she snapped without even blinking. I tried, I really did. But the mop slipped, hit the side table with a loud clack. Her head whipped up. "Useless little girl," she barked. "You think this house cleans itself?" I froze, tears pressing behind my eyes, but I didn't let them fall.